Hi, this is Dr. Andy, sitting still for once, even though my son Juki and I are out on one of our walks. Thanks for tuning in to Diary of a Quizmaster. I've been teaching at UC Davis for more than 36 years, and during that time I've taught more than 5,000 students. During my last year at UC Davis, I'm remembering 365 of the most memorable, including my student Julie. Julie I taught in, I believe, my third quarter at UC Davis. So that would have been spring of 1991. This was a memorable time because in 1991, I started teaching classes on my own for the first time. And you know what I put on my syllabus in the spring of 91? My phone number. My home phone number. I held office hours, sure, but sometimes students needed help, in the evenings, and I wasn't going to go to their dorm rooms, so they would call me up at home. I did not yet have a cell phone. It was 1991, mind you, and they would ask me questions about their essays. Often, they would read me their drafts, typically a paragraph at a time. Once I got good at this, a student could read me an entire draft, and I was able to give some pretty detailed responses to different sections of the essay. You know who called me at home most often? My student Julie. Julie was memorable for three reasons. One, she was a hard worker. Two, she had confidence that came from number three that I'll get to in a moment. And that confidence meant that she would come visit me in office hours often to talk about her writing. She was a psychology major. And when I was her age, I think she was a freshman at UC Davis. I was also a psychology major, so we had psychological things to talk about. And three, she was the starting pitcher for the UC Davis women's softball team. And what a pitcher she was. In fact, after looking for her, Julie, how have you been? I'm wondering. I came across an article from September 8th, 1993 in the Los Angeles Times. Julie, a former pitcher at Calabasas High School and UC Davis, has been named softball coach at Pierce College. She had a 62-30 record. And in fact, on her LinkedIn page, to this day, it says that she's been a private pitching coach from 1993 to the present. I wonder if she was doing that while she was still an undergraduate. Maybe she wasn't a freshman when she was my student. Maybe that and her prowess as a pitcher made her so confident. I'm not sure, but we had many long conversations about her essays. She wanted me to go over multiple drafts with her on the phone, and that is just what I did. And as a result, and because of her excellent writing skills and impressive work ethic, as you'd expect from a professional athlete who would go on to become a pitching coach on the strength of how quickly and accurately she could underhand pitch a softball when an undergraduate at UC Davis. As you'd expect from such a person, she did particularly well in my class in the spring of 1991. Now, I don't have records going back to 1991. I remember this in my head. I also remember that when I convinced my wife, Kate, to move to California from Chicago, she said to me, "You know what you're not going to put on your syllabus anymore? Our home phone number. If students want to meet with you," this was even before email, "they can show up to your office hours or they can talk to you after class." And that was a policy that I instituted. But for that 1 year, students and I had many conversations about writing. And that practice actually improved my own listening skills. I was able to listen to an essay, listen to a paragraph, and give some feedback as if I could still see all of those sentences and those word choices in my mind's eye. And I got the most practice doing this with my student, Julie. Julie, I hope you're doing well as a teacher and as a fastball, softball coach. I certainly appreciated having you as a student back in 1991. And someday, I look forward to hearing stories of your success as a teacher and in other endeavors. My name is Dr. Andy, and I've been putting together one of these videos for every day of this last fiscal year, leading right up to July 2027, at which time I'll be retiring from UC Davis. By then, it'll be 37 and a half years. That's a long enough career. I think it'll be safe to retire. I'm pleased and surprised that you've made it to the end of this essay. Please give it a like. Subscribe if you'd like to see more. And I'll see you in the next video here at Diary of a Quizmaster. Bye-bye.